Hey everybody, so something you've probably noticed recently is that everybody is using Gauss, and especially the augment called Nemesis, which can basically one-shot any single person in the game, even if they're using double armor. Well, obviously if they're using 50% against, Gauss, it's going to be harder to one-shot them, but this augment is just ridiculous right now. It's by far the number one thing I've noticed over the last few days playing, because I've been trying to do some missions on my alt account, and that's pretty close to legend, so this is the only thing I've been seeing. I'll just show you guys in game. It's ridiculous. Let's use Crisis just so we can get the max effect of it, but I'll hop in game and show you. So the big buff that it got was your actual aiming time increase was buffed, as in you aim a lot faster, because that was by far the biggest downside of this augment, was it took forever to aim, meaning it would take longer to get shots off, meaning you'd shoot a lot slower. Now, I'll be honest, I don't know why it still wasn't that used prior to this buff. Now, I don't play that much tanky recently, so it could have been being used a lot more frequently than I remember, but in general this augment is just ridiculously amazing right now. It's definitely one of the top 5, top 3 augments in the game, just looking at pure damage output, because your average charge shot does 140% more damage. That's just ridiculous, especially paired with something like Crisis. You're doing 170% more damage per charge shot. I mean, who can even go against that? So let me just see here. Oh my gosh, amazing map. Again, I've been playing a bunch on my Republic account just because I've been wanting to get the invite a friend missions done, just because it's more fun, and it's just been ridiculous. I haven't been able to play the game at all. See, the ADS time is still a lot, I'm not gonna lie, but with 50% time reduced on it, you can tell the difference. I mean, it used to be awful. I remember I made one video talking about this augment, and that was the number one thing I noticed. It took forever to lock on. With old Nemesis, I wouldn't be able to probably get this shot off, but with new Nemesis, bam, 3,700 damage. He had double armor and 17% protection from Gauss. And also, look at this recharge rate. This recharge rate is fast, and I don't lose the lock-on on it almost at all. Like, look, I'm getting my shot back so much faster than I thought I did. Okay, probably I got it a lot faster, but this is the first time I'm actually noticing. This is just dumb. I've one-shot everyone, no problem whatsoever. Now, if you're watching this video and you have this augment, you better start using it, because 100% Tanki's going to start nerfing it probably within the next week. Probably just going to reduce the damage to around 80 to 70% increased rather than 140%, because yeah, 140% ridiculous, especially with the reload not being that long anymore, or at least the time to shoot not being that long anymore. You're getting your shots off 50% faster, or probably not that much just in terms of looking at the numbers, but you're getting your shot off at least like 25% faster than you were in the past. And this thing has splash damage, so on top of it already having an incredible amount of damage, you're doing an insane amount of splash damage as well. So if you're getting long range maps where people like to group up together, this augment just absolutely destroys everybody. And again, I'm surprised I haven't really noticed it. To be fair, I haven't really been playing much Tanky in general, just because I've been busy with life, and waiting for Tanky Classic is just the longest time I've ever had to wait for anything in this game ever, because I've been, oh my gosh, just looking forward to it. Nothing he can do, 4,500 damage. Sorry, bud. Yeah, you can't do anything against this augment right now. I feel kind of bad, because he's probably just trying to enjoy the game. I mean, I sure am when I play on my Republic account trying to get missions done, and my KD is averaging at about 0.7 because I don't have any OP augments. I mean, I made my Republic account back in 2019, the 2020 area, so that's when augments were still relatively new, and the only good augments you had were crystal augments, so you didn't really have to rely on opening containers to get good augments. Whereas now my Republic account doesn't really have many augments. It has the occasional good exotic augment, but most of the exotic augments it still has have now been nerfed to the ground, and they're more so just average augments in general. So I don't really have anything OP on my Republic account, which makes playing the game pretty hard. That's one of the main reasons I hate augments now. When you have the augment, it's awesome, it's fun, you're doing well, and it's overall an enjoyable experience for you. But if you don't have a good augment, you are suffering. And the problem is, you can't just save up crystals and get a good augment. You have to get lucky with containers. So you're kind of forced to spend money on containers in order to get a good augment. And then not to mention, if there's no good augment in the in the epic key pool that week, you kind of have to just wait. You have to wait until a good augment is added to containers to then open your containers to try and get that good augment. So yeah, there's a reason I made a video talking about how I really detest the current gameplay loop of tanky, which is augments, but I'm just doing insane. If I camped a lot more, my KD would probably be 15-0. You can't contest it. You literally cannot do anything against it. And even with 3 people having Gauss protection, I have not noticed a single person with Gauss protection. See, look, even me with double armor crisis, that guy almost one-tapped me with Gauss. Okay, now, oh gosh, he has it too. Lock on. Don't be stupid. Nice, got him. 50% protection, double armor. Does not matter. Unless he has a heavy hull, he's dead. And that's the problem. Old Nemesis wouldn't have been able to get him. New Nemesis Augment with that buff gets him very, very easily. Okay, lock on first. Why is he not locking on? Does he not realize normal Gauss without the charge shot is dookie? Also, 1500 damage. That felt weirdly low. I hate how there's no ice hull to match Gauss ice. It just looks so boring without an ice hull. I mean, it's kind of nice with Hunter Demonic, but it just doesn't match. There's not really anything that can match with Gauss Ice that well. I'm honestly just counting the days to Tanki Classic. I mean, we've been getting some more hints towards Tanki Classic releasing. Like there was a Twitter post talking about, you know, have faith in Tanki Classic, kind of maybe hinting towards its release soon. Honestly, I have no clue on that end. It just kind of seemed like maybe we were getting hints. I know in the next vlog they'll talk about the upgrading system in Tanki Classic. I'm just hoping they're going to the normal MO through M3 upgrade system. They're making it into a big deal, like it's not going to be MO through M3, it's going to be different, which I'm not a huge fan of because we're looking for old Tanki Online upgrade system. We're not looking for any hybrid of the new one and old one. We're looking for purely the old upgrade system of MO through M3 being pretty expensive. I mean, I hope it's going to be expensive to upgrade with crystals because that's what made upgrading and ranking up in the past so rewarding, was that you got crystals for ranking up in the game and getting crystals actually meant something, whereas nowadays it doesn't really mean anything. I just hope it's more so the case of they're trying to create hype, so they're just releasing small amounts of information one at a time rather than changing old things and then trying to hype it up and make a spectacle around it. But overall, I think Tanki Classic will be fun. There's some things that I don't enjoy that have been announced so far, like adding different overdrives for hulls, but those are kind of things where I think there are ways to balance it for Tanki Classic and still make it feel like the old game. Again, it's just there's so much that has to go right for Tanki Classic to work well and not just feel like normal Tanki Online with old Tanki in the game. But we'll see. Again, there's so much that we still have to learn and so much we need to see, and then hopefully we'll get some testing here soon, and then, you know, YouTubers and testers can start showing everybody what the game will hopefully be like. Because there's also things like the protections in the game where they're just going to have like 3 to 4 different protections for multiple turrets that I think could be a good idea, but again, it just all depends on how it feels in game. It can sound good, but until we actually see what it's like in game, it's going to be hard to tell. But yeah, Nemesis Augment, really OP right now. I'd recommend using it. And if you're not using it, definitely put on some Gauss protection because you're going to need it. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to use credit tech Taspens. I'll see you on a future video. Peace out, everybody.